Hello beautiful souls, and welcome to our Sagittarius season pick a card reading. I am very excited for this season as a Sagittarius rising, so let's get started. So welcome to Sagittarius season. I feel like this is a really good season because technically Sagittarians are meant to be very optimistic, very good-natured, you know, they're very funny. They are known to be quite blunt, or at least extremely honest, might be one way to put it. And they are definitely the philosophers of the zodiac signs. You know, they're very much interested in really understanding and learning about things and taking it that bit further, that bit deeper. So if you have any Sagittarius in your chart, or you know any Sagittarians in their sun, moon or rising, you'll probably find that they are constantly learning things or researching things because they just love absorbing and learning new things. Sagittarius is a mutable fire sign and is ruled by Jupiter and is the ruler of the 9th house. So don't forget to check out your 9th house, or to check if you have any Sagittarius in your chart, because that will be highlighted this month. And of course you can check if you have the number 15 in your soul plan chart, because that is connected to Sagittarius and it's all about connecting to your soul, inspiration and equanimity. So really exciting energy to have in your soul plan chart. So we have a beautiful pick a card reading for you today. I'm using the Ocean Dreams Oracle by Danielle Noel. I just felt really guided to use that deck, even though it's a very watery deck and this is a fire sign, and obviously water and fire don't mix. Technically you would put the fire out, but for some strange reason felt very drawn to that deck. And I'm also using my own deck that I created for affirmations, and that is the Chakra Self-Love deck. Again, I just felt very drawn to the kind of pastel blues and the pinks, very soft energy actually, which is quite unusual for a fire sign, and certainly one that can be quite so impetuous and spontaneous and very rash, which is very much the Sagittarian energy. So I have no idea why I tuned into those. They just kept calling my name when I was choosing a deck for today. So let's just tune in and just see what comes up. As always, just close your eyes for a moment, just tune into your body and just ask, what do I most need to know in this now moment to guide me during Sagittarius season? And just taking a few deep breaths in as you tune in, and then whenever you're ready, opening your eyes and just choosing from either card pile 1, which is on the left hand side of your screen, or card pile 2, which is on the right hand side. And just really allow your intuition to guide you, and just trust that you will always make the right decision because you're always guided by your soul. So if you chose card pile 1, then your main theme for Sagittarius season is Oceanic Beloved. Now this is very interesting, and I think actually for the last year it's been card pile 2 that's done quite a lot of healing. I feel like this is your year for healing card pile 1. Maybe you have asserted yourself into the world and had quite a good year last year in terms of really navigating your spiritual path. It might not have felt good, but on a soul level you've done a lot of great work. And now you're being invited to go back within, I feel, and to really reassess things and tune into what's really authentic for you, because this card is really saying people come and go in your life, and those people can be there for a reason, a season or a lifetime, right? And we know that sometimes we meet people, they're going to be with us forever, and we know that also sometimes people are just there to really teach us a lesson, or for us to teach them a lesson. Sometimes it's a mutual thing, sometimes it's more one-sided, it really depends, and therefore they're not going to be with us necessarily forever. Now sometimes they can be a parent, and it can be quite a difficult relationship, right? And other times it can be a friend or a romantic partner or a boss at work who just really grinds your gears and really just puts you on edge, and they're really testing you, testing your inner strength, testing your connection to yourself. Can you remain calm with all the chaos that's going on around you? Can you not take things personally and see it as actually the hurt that someone else is projecting onto you? Or can you, and do you have the wisdom to say, do I have a part to play in this? Is there something that actually this is bringing up that I need to heal within myself that maybe is coming in? So this card is talking a lot about relationships, which is very interesting. It's really discussing perhaps some level of loss is what I feel when I tune into this card, because there is this sense of almost like an angelic quality going on here, which is interesting for the ocean, right? We don't tend to remotely associate anything angelic with the ocean, but I really get the sense that she's really looking down over you, protecting you, right? So I'm wondering wondering if you've experienced a loss recently. Now, loss comes in so many shapes and forms. It can be something simple like losing your car keys, misplacing them, not knowing where they are. It can be something like losing a loved one, losing a job, losing your identity, right? Becoming a parent and thinking, I am not who I was before this little one came into my life. My life has completely changed. I have changed. I have moved into the mother or the parent role, right? As we initiate into that next level of our lives, if we choose to become a parent. And there are many different ways to be a parent, I do believe. So I'm wondering if there is some kind of loss that you're navigating. Now, that loss could be more recent, could be something that's happened quite recently to you. It could also be something that's happened, you know, a few years ago, maybe 3 maximum, and actually it's coming up. Maybe Christmas is a time that actually, if you celebrate Christmas, brings a lot of memories for you, and maybe this loss that you experienced actually is coming up for you at the moment. And that again could be that actually it's time for you to really move into that grief and really work through it a bit more. Perhaps in the past you weren't able to grieve, or perhaps you felt like you did, but maybe it's just come up for whatever reason, and it's time for you to explore that a little bit more. And it's really important for you to acknowledge grief. I think grief is one of the most powerful emotions and things that we can go through. It's a really strong initiator into a new level, and even just by grieving something, we can change, which is a loss in itself of our identity again, and we're changing and growing with it. So I think this card is actually really coming in to express to you that now is the time to do a little bit of healing, be gentle with yourself, and really acknowledge something. If something feels lost, or if you feel a void or an emptiness or something within you, and I'm really feeling it around the heart area, which is why I'm holding my hand here, then now is the invitation, the time to really look into that. And what's really beautiful and what can come from that is your affirmation, which came up, is I choose a harmonious relationship with myself. So ultimately, all these relationships we have around us are really just reflecting our relationship with ourselves, our feelings towards ourselves, right? So this is saying maybe some of the difficult relationships you've experienced are an invitation for you to love yourself more, to respect yourself more, to have stronger boundaries, right? Because maybe these people have walked all over you. Maybe they've done something that's really cut at you or hurt you or just made you realize something about yourself, right? And so this is an invitation actually to go within and to really cultivate that harmonious relationship with yourself, because ultimately, if you have a harmonious relationship with yourself, nothing outside, nothing external can damage that, can taint that. Other people's criticisms, they don't mean anything to you. That's just their projections of their fears, of their pains, of their own feelings towards themselves, right? You come into a space where you are completely protected and totally within yourself, this sovereign being, right? So I feel like this is what this season is inviting you to do. And this could just be the start of this journey, but I really invite you to allow yourself to be open to that and see where it can lead you. If you chose card pile number 2, then you chose Mermaid as your main theme for Sagittarius season, which is very interesting because this card is really talking about how mermaids are kind of the bridge between the earthly realm and the ocean, right? If we think of Mother Ocean as this being, this entity, okay? And so they are kind of half fish, half human, so they're really that bridge between the two. So I think partly this is inviting you to step into that role, card pile 2, and to recognize your abilities to bridge the gaps with things, which I think is a really beautiful and sometimes challenging role to have. You know, sometimes if you don't fully fit into somewhere, you can feel a little bit lost if you're feeling like you fit into more than one category or space or identity or whatever it may be, right? So this is an invitation to delve a little bit more into that side of yourself, that magical, mystical side. I feel quite a lot of third eye energy here and crown chakra energy, and I'm wondering if there's an invitation for you to step more into that side of yourself. Maybe it's something you've been interested in diving into a bit more. Like maybe you've always found witchcraft interesting, or maybe you've always found, I don't know, like something spiritual or religious really interesting, but maybe you've never had the confidence or the time or the money or the energy or just the space to do that. This is inviting you to go into that, and it links so perfectly with Sagittarius season. Obviously we've talked about how that's really that philosophical, loving, learning type of energy. So for you to step more into learning about your intuition or your crown chakra connection and how you can receive divine messages and share that with other people, and that can be in so many different mediums. Please don't allow my limitations of creativity or understanding to stop you. If you feel like there's something coming through, trust that, right? We all have this different connection to spirit, to our intuition. So it's important that you cultivate and understand understand that relationship in your own way, right? You can listen to what other people have to say, what other people have done, but ultimately this card is inviting you to find out for yourself what that mystical side is and how you can really explore it for you, how you can expand on that. So it could be expanding spiritual practices this month. It could be, you know, maybe meditating every day, where maybe you meditate once a month normally. And it could be maybe changing the time of day that you meditate. Maybe you love meditating in the morning. Maybe this is an invitation for you to meditate more in the evening. Or maybe this is an invitation for you to go out on the land and meditate in nature. Or maybe this is something totally different. Maybe it's not remotely meditating or, you know, doing breath work or something. Maybe it's something completely different. Maybe because this card is water, maybe time to go and connect with the ocean. Or maybe like a bath ritual is what's coming into my mind. And something that can be really powerful is lighting a candle, turning off the rest of the lights and doing candle magic and focusing your gaze on the candle and seeing what comes through in that time, right? You can make anything sacred if you have that intention. So this is an exploration of your intuition. Your third eye and crown is what's coming through here. And what I really love about that is that your affirmation that came up is, the universe is always within and around me, supporting me every step of the way. And I really love that. And this is one of the crown chakra affirmations. So I really love that that's already connecting to that crown area, right? You're really being invited to really cultivate a strong relationship with the divine, with spirit, with God, whatever you believe in or don't believe in, right? There is a potential for you to find out if there is something more than just you or just earthly life out there, right? So that can be a little bit daunting sometimes, but it can also be really exciting because it's an opportunity for you to just explore things and learn, get into that Sagittarius mindset of being like, oh, I'd love to learn, I'd love to expand and be open-minded and just see what's out there. I'm open to my perspectives being changed, or I'm open to my mind being expanded. I don't mind what it is because I'll go with the flow, right? That Sagittarius energy is very rash. They're very quick to make decisions because it's fire. They're mutable, right? They can change their mind really quickly. So you might find that you feel like this Sagittarius season, and that's fine. Trust it, go with it, allow yourself to be in that space, okay, and just let it happen. And that can be something that you can make into something fun or joyful, and you don't have to do it alone. You can do it with other people. Again, maybe you've always practiced your spiritual stuff on your own. Maybe this is an invitation to do it with other people, or maybe you've always done it with other people and it's an invitation to do it on your own and see what you can do when it's just you, right? Because very often when we're on a spiritual path, we look to other people to be the guru or the person who's like guiding us, because we're like, oh, they know more than us. But really that's not true. You know more about yourself and your soul than anyone ever possibly could or will, right? Maybe it's more of a chance for you to go within and then go up and receive and connect. So I hope that you've enjoyed these readings. Let me know how they resonate in the comments below, and I will see you in next week's video. Oh, I'm such a loser. And we're done. So maybe it's more of a chance for you. The universe is always within and around. I look really white. Literally, I look like a ghost. Baby, your ship will come in. Sugar, adventures will begin. Wish I. Okay, we're ready? And it's ruled by Jupiter.